Welcome to Penny for Your Shots, Conversations and Cocktails with Brilliant Women, the podcast where we uncork the stories and insights of exceptional female leaders from all walks of life. Our goal is to serve up wisdom, tips, and inspiration, and to support each other in rediscovering ourselves and what sets our souls on fire. We'll also share personal memories, paired with friends and a favorite beverage. I'm your host, Penny Fitzgerald, and I believe that the best stories are served up over a glass of wine or a cocktail. So grab a glass, get comfy, and let's pour ourselves into Penny for Your Shots. Hello, friends. This week, I've done a lot of reflecting. Tomorrow, November 1st, I turn 60. The big 6-0. Now, that feels really weird to say it. And most of the time, I don't really feel old or think of myself as old, just a little, maybe creaky. My joints sometimes carry on whole conversations, it seems. And of course, there's the whole hot flash thing, which for me has been coming on and off for 16 years. Not even kidding. It's very annoying. But like most annoying things, I drink right through it. I'm kidding mostly. Well, sort of. Well, getting old is not for sissies. It really beats the alternative. And I got things to do. Getting older also means becoming wiser. I feel like I'm stepping into, maybe leaning in even, and growing into what I'm meant to do, which I believe is to lift other women up and supporting them in finding their joy, their spark, and instilling the belief and sometimes the training or tips on how to move forward with a dream, but encouraging women to take steps toward their older, wiser selves. Sometimes this means putting down old limiting beliefs. These don't serve us, and they certainly don't help us serve others. I love telling women's stories, and I've also been reflecting on the growth of my podcast this week because November 2nd marks 1 year of publishing episodes. This is a huge milestone for me. I had the idea of podcasting several years ago, but let life and my limiting beliefs get in the way. I worried about the tech. Would I be able to figure it all out? Would I come up with topics? What would I say? And how would I get out there? Good heavens, how much is this going to cost? Ick, I really hate the sound of my own voice. Oh, wow. If you put something out there, it'll be out there forever. There's no way I'm doing YouTube. I hate the way I look right now. Maybe I'll wait until I lose some weight. Anyone else had self-limiting thoughts like these? I finally realized that telling women's stories was way more important. And I also realized that so many of my limiting beliefs were based on ego, on me. Ew. Putting the spotlight on other women really helped me. When you think of yourself and your closest girlfriends, don't you see the absolute best in them and they in you? I don't see any of the flaws they talk about, and they don't see those in me. That's what I'm talking about. We're our own worst critics, and I'm working to get over myself so I can help more women and tell more of their stories. I can't believe the number of women I've asked to be on the podcast who tell me, oh, I don't have anything interesting to say, or no one would want to hear from me. That absolutely breaks my heart. You absolutely do have something to say, and I guarantee your story will help another person. Someone else will relate to what you have to say, and you might be the one to give them a little courage. I realize that these are limiting beliefs and that some of my listeners and friends have. And if this is you, we need to talk. If you've listened to my podcast at all over the last year, well, first of all, thank you so much. I so appreciate your support. And it means a lot to me that you would take time out of your schedule to listen to and to share Penny for Your Shots. There are a lot of podcasts out there, and I'm grateful to be able to give you some value or even hopefully bring you some joy. And if you've listened to the podcast over the year, then you also know that some of these women's stories are just incredible. You all are brilliant and you deserve to be heard. I asked you to share your favorite episodes. And if you have a favorite or just something that stuck with you, maybe you have a question you wish I would have asked, let me know. I'm compiling a best of the first year episode and I love your thoughts. Some of you reached out to ask about the technical side of things, or what was it like to start a podcast? I suspect some of you are curious about starting one too. And if so, we need to talk about that too. I'd love to help. Really, the equipment side of things was pretty easy. I have a great microphone. I got on Amazon for about 60 or $70. I use Zoom to record because most people are familiar with that, and it's not hard for a guest to jump on something they already have loaded on their computer or laptop or something that they feel comfortable with. I've started publishing to YouTube too, so I use a light ring, and I still sometimes record in my closet because the acoustics are amazing. And you might see me here in my guest bedroom, and I am actually standing in the closet. So there's a lot of bedding around, and that really absorbs some of the sound, and the acoustics are much better with all that fabric around. The editing has gotten much easier. There are a couple of free tools out there for editing, but wow, I found working with WAV files very tedious and time consuming. Even if you don't edit for time and clarity, you still will want to include an intro and an outro, probably some music and maybe some sound effects. So for me, having a tool like Descript for editing was worth the cost. It allows me to edit by cutting and pasting or striking out words or part of the transcript rather than trying to figure out which sound wave was which word. Another limiting belief I had or thing I have to get over is paying for some of the tools. Each tool, it feels like, has a monthly subscription, but you got to have the right tools. Am I right? For the number of hours I save, the monthly fee is worth it to me. And many of the coaches and thought leaders I listen to say, don't trade time for money. That's a job. And it takes you away from your mission of serving more people. So, especially if you're an entrepreneur, either automate your time consuming tasks or delegate them. And remember that money, like everything else, is just energy. It flows. So, using it wisely and flowing out for those tools allows more to flow in as well. Speaking of money, some of you have asked, well, how do you make money as a podcaster? It's a very good question. If you've listened to any, many anyway, of the big podcasters that have a ton of downloads each week, they are sponsored by advertisers. Once you hit a certain number of downloads, the hosting platform will sell spots on your show, and then you get a cut of that. Or you can seek out your own sponsors too that want to be involved with your audience or share their message to your people. And actually, for me, it's led to more opportunities. I host a monthly sipper club where several of us get together on Zoom to make a craft cocktail together. That's been super fun. You can find more info about that if you're interested on my website, pennyforyourshots.com/sip. And possibly the thing I'm most excited about is supporting women in their dreams. Action brings clarity. And by listening to my guests, my intuition, my hubby, and my friends, I realized one of the things I loved best about my past career was coaching, lifting women up, instilling belief in them when they don't see it for themselves, encouraging them to dream a little bigger, giving them tools to organize and be more efficient, helping them lay down those nagging, limiting beliefs, and supporting them in crushing their goals. I have this belief that women are intuitive and better at leading from the heart. They're able to use their concern and care for others to help their families, their friends, and even their communities. Emotions are not a weakness in leadership, in my opinion. They're a strength. And when you put women together to solve a problem, there's nothing that can stop us. I believe the world will be a better place with women stepping into their brilliance and taking on more leadership roles. My mission is to mentor female entrepreneurs, lifting them up through the courses and memberships I've developed over the last year. And these come after more than 18 years of experience leading a team of mostly female entrepreneurs and about 17 years in a corporate role. I'm ramping up for my next free Zoom course called Stop Selling, Start Serving for female entrepreneurs, running January 6th through the 8th. To get notified, go to my website, pennyforyourshots.com, and at the top, click the green button, Save My Spot. I'll make sure to give you all the details and keep you updated. Something I've heard over and over again, especially from female entrepreneurs, is that they don't want to bug their friends and they don't want to feel salesy. They don't like to post and post and post on social media or feel like that girl. So I'm sharing my proven language and tips and also helping them squash some limiting beliefs. So again, to sign up or get notified, go to pennyforyourshots.com and click that green button that says Save My Spot. Hope to see you there. In the meantime, if you have ideas for the podcast or want to ask one of my guests a question or let me know what sticks with you after listening, I'd love to hear it. And it would be my honor if you would go to your favorite podcast app, rate my show, and share it with a friend. Thank you so much for your support, friends. It means the world to me. Cheers.
That's a wrap on another spirited episode of Penny for Your Shots, conversations and cocktails with brilliant women. I hope you've enjoyed the intoxicating blend of wisdom, wit, and wonder that these incredible women bring to the table. Check out the show notes for links to resources referenced in today's episode. And remember to subscribe and raise a glass with me every Thirsty Thursday as we continue to serve up inspiration, celebrate resilience, and reignite the passions that set our souls on fire. If you've loved what you've heard, please share the podcast far and wide, and leave a sparkling 5-star review to let me know your thoughts. It would also help tremendously if you would visit pennyforyourshots.com and subscribe to learn when new episodes are available and pick up my free recipe. In the meantime, remember that your story deserves to be served and savored. Cheers to your brilliance and of women everywhere. Until next time, keep sipping and experiencing life's extraordinary moments. This is Penny for Your Shots, signing off with a clink and a toast to us. Cheers.